what once was. Has there ever been a man who hasn't made his woman cry, pushed her to the brink of sadness and watched the tears fall from her eyes? Has there ever been a decision that we don't sometimes regret, wish we could push back the hands of time, but find, well, we're just a little too late? I recently met this girl who was pleasant to be around, like watching the sunrise. She lit up my world without a single sound. She spoke of her country and the land where she was raised, the poverty, the violence, her mom and dad's divorce, and all her pain. She spoke about how they split the house in two. The dad was like, "This shit right here is for me." And the mom was like, "Fuck you." And how they argued over the most insignificant things. I mean, eventually, she saw it all. Late night screams, "Fuck you! Well, fuck you too, bitch!" And slamming doors. And how her mom was overprotective and never let her stray too far. You know, like how a child looks out their window day after day, looking up at the planes and the passing cars. And when she was old enough, she moved in with her boyfriend on a hot, sunny day. She began to build a life for herself, but you know, like most men, well, he up and strayed. She eventually ended that relationship, and she found herself walking out the door, looking for a little peace of mind, a place to rest her pretty head, and perhaps a little love. She then met a man, and she bore him 2 sons. He made her smile, and he took her places, but eventually he made her cry, pulling her down, down, ever so slowly into a web of drugs and lies. Unwilling to submit her children to a life of deprivation, she chose to leave, despite much, much hesitation. Broken, destitute, defeated, and unworthy, she packed up her shit, took her kids and her mom, and moved up to a basement apartment in New Jersey. Now a year had passed, and although her heart was not quite mended, she met a man at a gallery opening who was attractive and pleasant. They spoke of art and poetry. She was inquisitive, but oh so sultry. And from one day to the next, beautiful restaurants, exotic flowers, museums, gifts from the heart. I mean, nothing but the best. But despite my willingness to give all that I owned, it was becoming apparent that she could not make this heart her new home. And with tears falling down and a pain in my soul, I was like, "Really? You just gonna let this go?" But after some time, you realize that things were just not meant to be. You see, distance is not always what pulls people apart. Sometimes it's the wings that set us free. But I realized something. I realized that she was broken from the inside out, and that too many scars in one's past will leave a life of fear, paranoia, and doubt. But I do want to congratulate you. Honestly, I do. I applaud you for your willingness to look for love. But just remember one thing. Please remember. Pain never lasts as long as the regrets of losing what once was. Thank you.